Sawadee Krap. I am Ewan. I'm British and I've been in Thailand for almost 7 years, and I've been studying Thai pretty seriously for about 5 years. And in this video I'm going to be introducing to you a specific type of Thai poem, and I hope foreigners watching would find Thai poetry to be quite interesting, and I hope that Thai people watching would see the beauty of the Thai language also. I have this video in Thai as well. The type of poem is called Glon Supap, Glon Supap, and it has two other names, Glon Bad and Glon Tala. So Glon in Thai means verse or poem, and Bad is the number 8. So you might have guessed it, this poem has something to do with the number 8. Here's the first thing to remember. Each sentence or each line of the poem must have 8 syllables. For example, Ya Giet Kran Gan Rien Ren Upsa. As you can see in that first line of a poem, it's very easy to count the syllables. There's 8 in that one. One word such as do is 1 syllable, but some words can be more than 1 syllable, such as Raksa, that's 2 syllables, and Laksana, that's 3 syllables. So some words can have more than 1 syllable, just like in English. When we write the Glon Supap, we think about syllables. We don't think about the words, so we count the syllables, not the words. But there is lots of flexibility in writing Glon Supap. So for example, you could have from 7 to 10 syllables in one line, but most people will stick to 8 to 9 syllables in one line. Alright, the second thing that you need to know is that one verse has 4 lines. Each line has a specific name, so I'm just going to call them by the time. So line 1 is Waksada, line 2 is Wakrap, line 3 is Wakrong, and line 4 is Waksong. The top 2 lines are called Bat A, and the bottom 2 lines are called Bat To. 2 of the Ba is equal to 1 verse. And the third thing is external rhyme. The first thing we need to do is understand what rhyming words look like in Thai. In order for a word to rhyme in Thai, it needs to have the same vowel sound, and also it needs to have the same final consonant sound. For example, the word for jungle in Thai is ba, and it rhymes with the word for if in Thai, which is ta, right? Ba, ta. They rhyme because both words have the vowel in them. Another example is ban, which means house, and lan, which means million. They rhyme. That's because both the vowel sound and the final consonant are the same. The important thing is to remember is that both the vowel sound and the final consonant sound must be the same. In Thai we would call this sampat nok, and that is the external rhyme. And you have to have these external rhymes in your poem in order for it to be a Glon Supap. Number 4 is the pattern of external rhymes. So this is crucial when you're writing a Glon Supap. You need to make sure that you have the right amount of syllables, and also that the rhyming syllables are in the right place. So the last syllable of line 1 must rhyme with the 3rd syllable of line 2. The last syllable of line 2 must rhyme with the last syllable of line 3. The last syllable of line 3 must rhyme with the 3rd syllable of line 4. If you can do that, then you have written 1 verse of your Thai poem. And if you wanted to write a 2nd verse, then the last syllable of line 4 would have to rhyme with the last syllable of line 2 of the 2nd verse. We call this a specific rhyme between the 2 verses. We call it Sampat Rawakbot, which means rhymes between 2 verses, right? In order to make the poem even more beautiful, the tones of the words used in your Glon Supap is very important. Ma 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 ma. The last syllable of line 1, you can use all the tones. For the last syllable of line 2, the best tones to use would be low tone, falling tone, and rising tone. For the last syllable of line 3, you should use middle tone, low tone, or high tone. And for the last syllable of line 4, you should use middle tone. Alright, now we come to internal rhymes. Not only do we have external rhymes, but we have another thing that we need to think about, which is internal rhymes. And if you can use them, then your glon supha will sound even more beautiful. Internal rhyme is when the vowel or the starting consonant has the same sound in the same line. Here's an example of the consonant sounds rhyming internally. So let's take the first line from this poem. Ya Gied Kran Gan Lien Leng Utsa. Here you can see Gied and Gan, they have the same starting consonant sound in the same line, and that is Ga Gai, right? And also Rien and Reng have the same starting consonant sound in the same line. Not only that, we can see that there are some vowel rhymes in this same line too. The word Tran and Gan have the same vowel sound, and also they have the same ending consonant sound of the N sound, right? And here's the second line of the poem. Mi Vicha Muen Mi Sap Yunap San. And I would like to challenge you, can you spot the internal rhymes in line 2? Comment below in the comments and tell me what they are, and I'll give you a clue. There are 3 internal rhymes to find. Have a go. Alright, now how to read your glon supha. There is a certain method when you read your glon supha. So when there are 8 syllables in a line, here's the way that you have to read it. You have to read it 3 syllables, then 2, and then 3. So let me read this one as an example. Ya Gied Kran Gan Lien Reng Utsa. And then if there's 9 syllables, you have to read it like this. 3 syllables, 3 syllables, 3 syllables. For example, An Kwam Ru Ru Kachan Te Yang Dio. Easy, right? And last of all, here is a glon supha, which I wrote myself. I took quite a long time to write this, and I hope that you will like my poem. I wrote this poem to remind Thai people about the importance of wearing a helmet. Okay, I'll read it. สิ่งสำคัญแสนพิเศษมีคุณค่าควรรักษาคุ้มกันมันปกป้องโทรศัพท์ iPad เปรียบดังทองอย่างใส่กล่องใส่เคสอย่างปลอดภัยแล้วสมองในศีรษะอนาคตถ้าเกิดรถชนเฉียวเป็นห่วงไหมหมวกกันน็อกเปรียบดังเคสโปรดใส่ใจรีบสวมไว้เพื่อชีวิตที่ยืนยาว I hope that you found this was an interesting introduction into Thai poetry. Thanks for listening. สวัสดีครับ